Hey, Rob here for Quadratec.com. Today we're checking out the Bestop Sunrider for hardtop, available for both the 2018 and newer Jeep Wrangler JL, as well as the 2020 and newer Jeep Gladiator JT equipped with a hardtop. That's right, the Sunrider from Bestop brings us all the same great features we're used to seeing in a soft top with that Sunrider, allowing us to quickly open up the soft top and let some great weather in. And one of the other greatest things about the Bestop Sunrider for hardtop is just how easily and quickly it installs. Now you'll get everything you needed in the kit to get your new Sunrider for hardtop installed on your Jeep without any modifications to your Jeep or hardtop required. We have our pre-assembled Sunrider mechanism here, 2 door surrounds. You'll get this large clamp assembly here, a couple Velcro straps, as well as all the hardware necessary to bolt everything in. And one of the really cool things about the Sunrider for hardtop is that you can do the entire installation with the toolkit that came in your Jeep from the factory. All you'll need to do the install is the T40 Torx bit and the socket wrench. Now we're going to go ahead and get started by installing our driver's side door surround. Now when we're placing this door surround onto the Jeep, we've got a little tab on the bottom side of this clamp here that's going to fit into a hole on top of the sport bar. That's going to help locate this door surround. You want to be sure that the 2 foam pads on the underside of the door surround engage properly with the door seals here, one at the back of the driver's side door and one up here towards the windshield. You can identify which door surround is which. The Bestop logo will go towards the rear of the vehicle. Once you push the door surround into place, you can go ahead and secure it with the long T40 Torx bolt up through the sport bar. And go ahead and repeat the same steps for the passenger side. With both door surrounds in place, now we can go ahead and grab the Sunrider deck assembly. And it's best to grab a friend to give you a hand because it is a little bit big and awkward. We're simply going to lift it over top of the Jeep and set it down on top of the door rails. Now with the assembly here in place, the next step is to go ahead and find these 2 Z-clips attached to the end of the cables that are sewn into the Sunrider. These Z-clips are going to install into the hole that's just inside of the drip rail right here behind the Bestop logo. To install them, simply slip the Z-clip into the hole and then rotate it as you're inserting it, locking it into place. Now with the Z-clips installed on both sides, it's time to go ahead and secure the Sunrider deck to the door rails. But before we do that, there's a very important step. We need to make sure that the hard portion of the deck is sitting down behind the door rail. To do that, you need to pull the door rail out, let that drop down behind, and then we can tuck the fabric there into that drip rail. Now, if you miss this step, when you get done your installation, you're going to have a very large gap between the fabric and the hardtop and a gap between the fabric and the drip rail, and you could have some water leaking in. So it's very important you don't miss that step. Now that we have that, we can go ahead and align the deck, drop into, there's 2 locating pins that are going to drop into some holes here on the door rail, and then we can go ahead and secure it using 2 of the M20 by 20 T40 short Torx bolts on each side, simply bolting them up from the bottom into the deck assembly, and then we'll repeat on the other side. After we went ahead and secured the passenger side deck to the rail, now it's time to install the last pair of longer M8 by 80 T40 Torx bolts, and these are going to secure the entire assembly here at the rear opening of the door through the sport bar. We're also going to be using this plastic bezel that the bolt is going to go through like a washer, and the nut that's going to drop in top of the door rail into a hexagonal shape, and then simply insert the bolt up through the sport bar. Hold your finger on top to keep the nut in place as you start the bolt, and simply go ahead and tighten it down and repeat the procedure on the passenger side. Now the last piece we need to install that secures the deck here at the rear is this large clamp. Now there's a locating tab on the back side of the clamp that's going to fit into a slot on the back of the Sunrider deck assembly here. And these 2 outer tabs are going to slip underneath of these tabs that were previously used to secure the clamps on the back side of your Freedom panels. Now to push this piece in place, you're simply going to line it up, and then you need to pull down, applying some pressure to the top of the Sunrider deck assembly as you push back, locking that clamp into place. Now we can go ahead and secure it using 2 of the shorter M8 by 20 T40 Torx bolts, 1 on each side of the Bestop logo. Now with that bracket installed, the last thing to do is go ahead and verify the proper operation of the Sunrider by folding it forward, latching it to the windshield header, and then we can unlatch it, fold it back. With that takes care of the installation of your new Bestop Sunrider for hardtop for your 2018 or newer Jeep Wrangler JL or your 2020 or newer Jeep Gladiator JT. The last piece that was included with your Sunrider are these two Velcro straps, and these are designed to be wrapped around the folding mechanism here when you have it in the open position, and it's going to prevent the Sunrider from bouncing around on you when you're headed down the road or the trail. If you guys want to get any more information or purchase a Bestop Sunrider for hardtop for your Jeep, you can click that info button to head over to Quadratec.com. Of course, if you have any comments or questions about how to get one installed on your Jeep, you can always leave those for us in the comment section below or contact us directly at any of the options on the screen. And you'll definitely want to hit that subscribe button so you're sure to catch all of our newest product reviews and installation videos. Until next time, I'm Rob. I'll see you guys out on the trail.